Hey everybody, welcome back to Unicorn Princess Gotham. I'm Onikage, and for the first week of December, I am doing a mini gameplay and review of Dungeons of Hinterberg. Um, I will say the art style is kind of interesting. It took me a little bit to get used to, but the game is actually really good. Like it's surprising how good this game is. It's a combination of exploration and collecting with puzzles in, well, actually not just in the dungeons, but also in the like in the area where you have to travel through to get to dungeons. And then in the evening, you're back at town and you have like a bunch of people that you can hang out with. And all of that actually like gets you some stats. So like, if you look at this, like I haven't really hung out with this guy, I get more magic. She's like one of the first people you meet, and so I've already done a bunch of stuff. This dog, when I hang out with him, he'll help me find like a dungeon. And then you have all these social stats that affect things in the game. And then you have ratings, and this is like for dungeons. So like you want your dungeon to either be equal or less than whatever your ratings are here. So it's pretty cool. The main thing in the dungeon is the puzzles, though. Now this is one of the first dungeons, so I'm doing this one just so like there's not a lot of spoilers. And just to give you an idea, every area you have two magic spells. That's it, but they're useful for both battle but also for the puzzles. So I have this one which makes this ball, which actually weighs a decent amount but also explodes. And then I can throw this chain, which hits things and then you pull it back. So for here, like, see how this is, I think that's a treasure chest and that's a mine cart I need. So let's see here. There we go. Okay. Well, might as well get the treasure chest. Now, I've done this one before. Oh, that's right. You need to push these things. That's right. Okay. So one thing that you can do is, it wants me to push. So, okay, here we go. That opens one of the three. This opens the first of the three. Okay. And there's not another minecart, but that's okay because we have giant boulder. And there we go. Now the boulder will auto detonate, but it's just, get rid of it because I don't need to go back there. I got the chest. There isn't really a jump button, there's a dodge button, so basically you just run up to stuff and you'll auto grab. It's got the painted ledges mechanic that I guess like Far Cry made famous like 20 years ago, and now we're stuck with it forever. Um, the moving around, it's pretty simple. Like, one of the things though is that the game is deceptive with like how simple it seems sometimes, because you will run into some combat that is all of a sudden like pretty intense. The dodge is really cool. It's like Monster Hunter dodge mechanic where if you're in the middle of a dodge, you're essentially invulnerable. These things, anywhere you see them, you hit them, they restore your HP and MP. And then this is clearly it wants me to do this, pull it back, and now I can go across. There's a rating system for the dungeons. I mean, it's not really rating, but like, see how these have got like this little badge? That seems to mean that you've done like, I guess, everything you can in the dungeon. But this one is the one I'm in. I've gone back to it and I don't have that, so I missed something the first playthrough. So, okay, we've got all that over there. This is just tedious at this point. And there should be another puzzle coming up that I'm going to try to show you before I end the video. That was weird. Okay. Oh, and there's the end of the dungeon down there. But it's not that simple. We're actually kind of far away. Now, every dungeon is unique and has something like, I don't know, like basically like a theme almost that like you have to figure out. Some of them are pretty lame. but some of them are really good. Now this guy, if you see, he's got like the green around him. That means he's covered in a shield. And if you look to the lower right, those are my what they call attack conduits, which are abilities that I can use in battle in addition to my light and heavy attack. And then on the bottom left, those are your 3 potion slots. You might be able to get more, I just haven't gone to that point yet. I don't use the magic too much in combat, but it's based on the area. Like some of the areas, they've got like really cool spells that are really useful in combat. This one, I just mainly use the bomb. But the number 2 conduit actually breaks his shield. And there goes that. And then what you want to do is you can do targeting and then do this attack, which is one of the first ones that you get. Yeah, I'm kind of just cleaving through everything because I'm way over leveled for this place, but again, needed to go back in. Oh, and that's one of the last important things, is that anything you do advances time. It's sort of like Dave the Diver in a way, where like you have your afternoon, which is a dungeon, or there's scenic spots you can go, and if you go to a scenic spot, the first time you're at the scenic spot, it permanently raises a stat, which I think is pretty cool. Then, if you do the dungeon, boom, afternoon is gone, you finish the dungeon, now it's evening. And then evening is where you can hang out with people or do other events and activities that also may raise stats or relationships or both. And then the final option, and this is something to point out to the upper left, you see like there's a little black Z and the health bar isn't all the way full. Every night you have a choice of, instead of going to bed on time, you can either watch TV or read a book. The book increases one stat, the TV increases another. Now, I haven't run into it where the lower HP has really stopped me from doing anything, so I'm just doing that every single night just to try to raise my stats. So, okay, we need that minecart down, and I believe we do this. Alright, there we go. Oh, that's right. See, and that's why it's good you can detonate it. I need to be standing on this one first. There we go. Okay. And there's something over here that, yep. Hit that. Oh, figures I miss. Try that again. Okay. There's the minecart, and this thing is goo, so we hit that, and there we go. And now I can use the minecart in advance. The puzzles get really, really complex though later on. So like some of them like took me several minutes to figure out, and they get pretty crazy, and you got to get really creative. But yeah, so I mean, that's Dungeons of Hinterberg, shows you combat, puzzles, and the majority of what you can expect in the dungeons. Next week, I haven't decided what I'm doing. It's probably going to be Soul Mask. If anybody does have any suggestions for games they want us to do, feel free to comment those because we're not sure what we're doing in January yet. So any feedback there would be appreciated. But as always, take care, stay safe. See you next time on Unicorn Princess Gotham.